Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, people of the internet. Happy Monday. It is January 6th, and we are coming at you hot today, guys. It is the Grow Show. My name is Kyle Evans out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's the South, it's supposed to be real hot, and yet it is real frigid today. I'm sure many of you guys are dealing with this cold front moving in, and guess what? Bundle up because the deals are hot and the sales are on. And guys, these goals, these dreams ain't going to build themselves. So you got to get out in the snow. You got to get out in the wind. You got to get out in the frost, whatever's going on in your area. Let's go get it today. And let's make sure today is a great one. Guys, this is the Grow Show, your daily checkup from the neck up. I want to start today's show by reading you a quote, man. I've got these little quote cards that I look at every day just to give me a little juice, a little giddy up in my step. This one is from Epictetus, and he's a Stoic philosopher from years and years ago. But listen to this. Here's what's so cool, and one of the reasons I love Stoicism is because it was 2,000 years ago, and it's still just as prevalent today as it was back then. So check this quote out. Keep this thought at the ready at daybreak and through the day and night. There is only one path to happiness, and that is in giving up all outside your sphere of choice, regarding nothing else as your possession, and surrendering all else to God and fortune. Guys, the only thing that we have control over is our choice. Our choice of what we do, our choice of how we think, our choice of what we believe, our choice of how we show up, our choice of attitude. Everything else is beyond our control. Give it up. Let go. Stop trying to control things that you can't, man. Only focus on what you can. And when we do that, we start to take our own destiny into our hands, man. So again, happy Monday, guys. Starting this new year off right. We're starting to see more of our agents come back to work. More of us are knocking off that Christmas rust and getting back into our businesses, man. For some reason, January 6th, 6-ish is when people start to get back going. So guys, wherever you are, whether you've been plowing ahead since the 30th, whether you're just looking at the computer for the first time, 2025 is here. And how it's going to end up is going to be our choice in those choices that we make. So there's a quick topic that I want to bring up to you. Remember, this is just to power you up to go tackle the day. I call this one building trust in a skeptical market. Come on, somebody. Building trust in a skeptical market. I don't know if your interwebs are like my interwebs, but being a real estate agent for the past couple years, it's been frothy. Let's just say that. That's the best way that I can put it out there. It's been frothy. And, a lot of times the market doesn't need us, or they think they don't. You see all of these different narratives and stuff essentially denigrating the real estate agent, dropping its value, pretending that it's just something. And I think some of that is our fault. I think a lot of that is our fault. And so, how can we show up as professionals this year instead of just people with a license? How can we show up truly as valuable assets to the people in what, for most of them, is going to be their biggest purchase yet? Usually, because it is their biggest purchase, because it is their most in-depth thing that they tackle, there tends to be a lot of anxiety there, right? Because it's the unknown. A lot of people only buy or sell 3, 4, maybe even 5 times their entire lives. People on average live in homes 7 to 10 years, guys. So now think about this. When there is a lot of anxiety, when there is a lot of unknown, usually trust goes down. And if our clients don't trust us, it makes the transaction a lot harder. So here's a couple tips on how to build trust in a skeptical market, because I think that the market can be a little skeptical these days. So number one, this is an easy one. You've heard this before. Transparency in communication, guys. We have to be transparent in our communication. We have to be upfront about everything, including challenges. I truly believe that when you call out challenges, when you call out possible pitfalls in the beginning of the relationship, it helps build that trust and build that understanding. It also helps you get in front of those challenges. So when they show up, which they will, you get to say something like this. Remember when we talked about this? Remember when we brought this up? Remember when I told you that had a chance of happening? Well, here we are now. Guys, setting that expectation in the front is going to help you in the long run. Said another way, one of my favorite lines is having a logical conversation up front beats having an emotional conversation later. Having a logical conversation up front always beats having an emotional conversation later. So keep that in mind. We've got to be transparent. Number two, we have to deliver consistent value without expectation. Deliver consistent value without expectation. Givers gain, people. Givers gain. And yet, I don't know how many times I got to say this. I'm going to say it until I die, until you guys get it out there. When we give, we need to give with a hand full and not with one with a hand out. We're not giving with the expectation of return. We're not giving value with the expectation of return. We're not doing a quid pro quo. We have to be consistent in delivering our value without expecting something in return. One of the ways that this goes incredibly wrong is when you guys are talking to your database, right? And I've been guilty of this, so I'm not going to put this on you guys. I'm going to put this on me. And if you resonate with it, great. In the past, I have expected people to work with me just because we're friends. I've expected people to choose me as their real estate agent just because we're family. And when that expectation is not met, whoo, I am hurt. I am salty. I'm a prickly pear. We have to give value without expectation. We have to keep coming with our hands full. We have to keep proving, keyword, that we are the professional, that we are the economists of choice, as Gary Keller likes to say. We have to continue to come with stats, with figures, with value, with things that help the client, with knowledge. Guys, knowledge reduces anxiety. So often when agents tell me about how upset or angry they are that people in their sphere, people in their close database don't use them, one of my questions is, were you proving that you were the professional in that relationship? Because if you weren't, guys, it's not their fault, it's yours. I know that's a tough pill to swallow on a Monday morning, but it's something I want you to think about. So, number one, we are transparent in our communication. Number two, we are delivering consistent value without expectation. Number three, you've heard this before, and I'm going to beat this drum until you guys understand its importance. We have to share success stories and social proof. We have to get the social equity in there. People trust agents who have proven track records. Guys, you trust businesses with proven track records. Testimonials, reviews, success stories are a big part of proving a track record. Can you get with someone who you've done a deal with and get a quick video? Throw it on your site, throw it on your Facebook. Are you gaining the reviews on the interwebs? Whatever choice, whatever place you put them, Realtor, Zillow, Google, your own website. We've got to lean into these things, man. We have to showcase these testimonials. And Marcus said this on, I think it was the last show, about an agent who treats all of their closings like a story, and they present that story to their database, to their market, to their Facebook. Can you add that in to your mix, man? So share success stories and social proof. Number four, focus on active listening and personalization. Focus on active listening and personalization. Kyle, what is active listening? Guys, active listening, said an easy way, is when someone understands that you are actually paying attention. You may be anything if you're anything like me, there might be some times where you just, like, happen to disassociate from a conversation, like, people be talking by you, right? And you're just, "Uh-huh, uh-huh," but all you're really hearing is, like, the Charlie Brown teacher voice from the person, "Womp, womp, 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 womp." We gotta stop that, guys. We gotta be active listening. Ways that we active listen. We share things that we just heard back with them. We proactively take notes. We ask them questions about things that they're saying. We've got to provide that fact. You know as well as I do how uncomfortable, how defeating, how infuriating it is when you can tell that someone is not listening to you. We have to provide that to everyone that we're encountering. Guys, personalization. These people, you are a business operator. In the eyes of the IRS, you are a business owner. You have customers. The root word of customer is custom. We have to go personalize the experience to the people that we're dealing with. We have to meet them where they're at. We have to customize it to them. I am not going to treat a first time home buyer the same way that I'm going to treat a 20 unit investor. I'm not. I'm not going to treat a seller who's downsizing from their last home in their 70s as the same way I'm going to treat someone who's 21 hitting the market for the first time. We've got to go meet people where we are, where they are, and customize the experience for themselves. Guys, number 5, and it's one of my favorite ones, and it's my word for 2025 is consistency. We have to show up with consistency and professionalism. When I talk about that, let people know who you are. You are going to spend time and time and time educating and re-educating the consumer, your database, your sphere of influence, your social media on who you are and what you do. If that is not for you, you're in the wrong business. I got to tell you, we have to tell people who we are and what we do over and over and over again. And we have to do it consistently and we have to do it professionally. Because if we are showing to them that we are not professional, that is the story, that is the message that they will be receiving. Nike, Target, insert any other big brand there, has advertising that they show all the time across all platforms. They have cookies and spiders that crawl with you and stick with you as you travel around the interwebs, following you. Targeted ads. People are consistently telling you what they do. We have to adopt that. Guys, we can't get away from that. You have to be consistently telling the world that you sell real estate and that you sell real estate at a high level and that you are great to work with and that you're one of the best and that you're the economist of choice and that you fight hard for your clients. You have to be able to send that message and send it all the time. Guys, how do we be professional? Man, it starts very simple. Show up on time. Here's one that a lot of people miss. Do what you say you're going to do. If you say you're going to call somebody on Tuesday at 2, call them at Tuesday on 2. If you say that you're going to be somewhere, be somewhere. If you say something that you're going to send to CMA, send to CMA. A lot of us have a lot of things going on and we get forgetful. I get it. I'm one of them too. But we have to consistently deliver to our clients, to our customers, to our sphere whenever we say that we are going to. Please do not sleep on that fact. Do not sleep on that topic. Maintain a polished brand image. This is one way we can show up with consistency and professionalism. Polished brand image. What is the consumer learning about you by how you present yourself? How are you showing up? How do you look? How do you appear? What is your body language? What is your tonality? What is your pattern of language that you are constantly putting out? Make sure that it's polished. What I'm not telling you to do, what I'm not saying is that you all have to be in a suit and tie every single day. That doesn't have to be your brand. But whatever your brand is, it needs to be polished and it needs to be consistent. People need to know who you are, know what they're getting. I am not telling you guys all that you got to look like this top fancy real estate agent. What I am saying is you got to be you because you will be shocked How many people will gravitate towards you in your own authenticity instead of pretending that you're somebody that you're not? So, these are my 5 tips to you guys today to power you up for this week. Building trust in a skeptical market. Number one, remember transparency and communication. We got to be open, we got to be honest, we got to be upfront. Number two, we got to deliver consistent value without expectation, giving with hands full, not with hands out. Number three, share success stories and social proof. Get the reviews, get testimonials, grab a couple videos of people who think that you did a great job or people who think the world of you and share that story. Number four, focus on active listening and personalization. Remember, the root word of customer is custom. Make sure we are personalizing to the client. Make sure we are active listening, that we are where our feet are, that we are paying attention, that we are engaged with them, that we understand that this is the most important thing that they could ever possibly do. And we are here and we care and we are empathetic to what they are going through. And number five, again, show up with consistency and professionalism. We got to go and we got to go and we got to go and we got to do it again and again and again and again and again. And we got to do it professionally. Guys, Kyle Evans here with the Grow Show. Again, your daily checkup from the neck up. We have some awesome things for you this week. We have Denny Grimes coming up, the scripting goat, in my opinion. We have Cara Mall coming with her language patterns that she uses, man, to the masterful level. So I'm excited to share that with you this week, man. I'm excited to grow with you this week, and I'm excited to start hitting these goals, man, because 2025 ain't going to master itself. Love you, mean it. See you tomorrow.